Morning. Welcome back to Life with Linda. We are going to go out to the yard today. I have a whole bunch of figs to pick. I got a whole bunch of weed whacking to do. And then later I got to take a minute and I got to go take Charlie to get his nails cut at the groomers. Always one of our favorite days. Well, actually, he doesn't have a problem with it. He's okay. Believe it or not, it's actually hard to believe that he's okay, but he is. So, we go to the yard. First thing I'm going to do is pick some figs because they are very ripe and very ready, and I hate to waste them. And the problem is I can only do so much with them, After that, I'm having to leave them to the birds. I'm sure the birds have no problem with that. So let's see where I'm going to set you down. So here we are out here at the figs. You can see there's a whole bunch of ripe ones in there. So I'm wearing my new lapel. Look at all these. My lapel microphone. I'm hoping that it's going to help with the sound. Yesterday it cut off, so we'll see. So I'm going to go set you down somewhere, and I am going to go to picking. Okay, so we're going to come all the way back out here to my back 40, where I have that lattice work done out here. You can see my morning glories are climbing up the trellis, but they're very much in need of water. So that's happening today too. I thought I'd just set you up here, let you watch me weed whack a little bit. What I intend to do right now. And of course we have our dogs barking in the background. What would my channel be without that? For some reason, they want to bring their toys to my very dangerous tool. And I don't understand it. If anybody gets it, let me know why they do that. I have no idea. But it's so annoying. I got a lot more weed whacking to do, guys. I'll be back. This is why I wear hats. I wear hats because my hair will turn orange if I don't. So I wear a hat. Not for a fashion statement, that's for sure. No fashion statements out here in the 90-degree weather in Texas. Should I tackle that corner? I don't know. And of course, I got to work around the dogs. They really think it's a toy. I don't get it. I don't understand their way of thinking. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Okay, moving on to another area of the yard. Oh, here's my big pile of ripped up tomato plants. My burn pile here. If you can see it. There's a few tomatoes on there, but God knows. I'm not missing them. All right, let's move over to where the chicken coop is. This is the chicken coop area. We still have some tomatoes growing in here, and I'm just going to let them grow till they do what they're going to do, just so I have some stragglers left behind. But there's always this area over here that the mower just won't get to. And I have a portable electric lawnmower. You have to stop. But I just prefer to use my weed. You have to stop. You're gonna get hurt. Stop. Why did she do that? This is a powerful thing here. Rip her nose off. Stop. Do it. You know, Tango had to do it. Tango had to do it. So, continuing on with that video, so I have the bowl of figs here that I picked. A lot more than I need. I'm going to make fast and easy fig jam out of it. Now, that, mind you, these figs are like 1 iota of what is on my tree. I have so many more figs, and I just hate wasting them, but at the same time, I don't do a lot of sweet stuff, you know? I mean, I eat the fruits by themselves, but figs have a very short shelf life. They don't do well, you know, like in the fridge or anything like that. They're just always they're fresh. You pick them fresh, you eat them fresh, or you cook with them fresh. You don't really have a lot of options with figs. And in addition to that, they don't stay fresh on the tree very long either. They will get ripe, and boy, next day they're done. They're done. They're doners. So that's the thing about figs. But at the same time, they're so yummy. I could eat my share of them, let me tell you. Now, this recipe calls for 15 figs. Obviously, I have a lot more than 15 figs. And it calls to chop them up and put them in the pan, which is what I'm doing. It's a very simple recipe. There's 3 ingredients. It's the figs, there is sugar, and there is honey. And it's going to make a jam you can put in your fridge. They say put it in your fridge and it's good for a week, but I'm going to freeze it. I'm sure that's going to be fine as well. Because, I mean, I would never eat that in a week. Never. But it's so delicious on anything you put it on. There's another way of making it. But I would need some strawberry jello, and I don't have any strawberry jello at this very moment. So I'm going to make this recipe I found. And it should be delicious. I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm just going to continue to chop up all these figs. And I will bring you back. Okay, so I got the figs all cut up. Aren't they beautiful?
I have the most beautiful figs, I swear. I love them. That tree's been giving off figs for a lot of years. So the next ingredient would be honey. This is honey from Italy. My daughter brought me this honey back from Italy. She said that she went to the place where they made this, and the man made this out of his bees. Something to do with, olive oil. Something to do with olive oil, too. He makes olive oil as well. And I'm thinking she said that those bees eat off the olives to get their nectar and whatnot. And look at this beautiful honey. I gotta taste it. It's been a while. Oh my goodness. That's to die for. So the recipe calls for a 1/4 cup of honey. But I actually doubled this recipe. I mean, kind of, sort of, right? Because they're only calling for 15 figs. I probably got over 30 there. So I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of honey in here. Oh boy. At least I think I am. It's not coming out too good, is it? Give a little help here. Yeah, it's time to use up this honey anyway. So I'm glad I'm doing this, really. Oh yeah, that whole thing's gonna go in there. The whole thing's going in there. Wow, that's a lot of honey. That's gonna be good, good, good. Ooh, it's gonna be yummy. I'm gonna have some of that on some toast today. I think I'll do that. I will spoil myself. So there's a 1/2 cup. So I'm gonna stick that in there. And then the other thing they want is just plain old sugar. But, you know, as I've said before, I don't really use sugar. I use, you know, the baking sweet and low. Well, it's not sweet and low. It's aspartame, I guess you would say. The sweetener stuff from, like, Walmart. You know, the yellow one. This one. I use that instead of sugar. I'm hoping that doesn't make a difference. A lot of the time I wonder sometimes if it makes a difference in the thickening of it. Now this particular recipe does not call for any thickener, like no pectin or anything like that. It just wants you to boil it down till it gets thick, which is an absolute possibility, can be done. So I'm going to go over to the stove in a moment, and I'm going to cook this medium heat and bring it to a boil. Then you're just going to monitor it, because if it gets too dry, you're going to want to add a little bit of water. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're cooking at medium heat. I'm going to cook it till it gets kind of thick. Like a jam thickness, you know. But you got to monitor it for the liquids level, because if it gets too dry, you got to add some water. Like I said before. Oh, I think it's going to be yummy. I do. Look at that, huh? That is going to be yummy. Then when you're done, they want you to just stir it, but they don't want you to take out all the chunks. They want it to be jam-like, you know, jam-like. So there's a few chunks in there, which is fine. Not a problem, not even hard to do. So we'll let that cook for just a bit. And while I put you on hold for a moment, I'm going to go get some jars to put this stuff in. I'll be right back. So moving along nicely here. Oh yeah, that's going to be nice. I found 4 little bottles that I can put this in. I'm going to add it to my jam collection. I also have blackberry jam out there in my freezer. One of my freezers. So this is my jam. My fig jam with honey. I gotta give it a little taster. Oh my goodness. That's fantastic. That is fantastic, you guys. You got to try it. If you can get your hands on some fresh figs, guys, and honey, and everybody's got sugar of some sort, that's it. That's all you need. You know, you can contain it. You can freeze it in anything you want, any kind of container. I mean, you could use an old Cool Whip container, which I use daily. I use those containers daily, I swear. Nothing fancy. Frugal. You know, waste not, want not. Crazy. But yeah, so we're just going to let that progress. Bring it, I think it came to a boil, but now it's just going to have to progress and boil down to a jam consistency. Wow, that's pretty cool, pretty easy. Wow. I'm glad I didn't waste those figs. I hopefully have somebody coming today to pick some figs. She really, really wanted them. So I gave her my address and all that. And I hope she comes. But if she doesn't, there's a lot of figs out there, probably for the squirrels and the birds, because I can't eat them all. And I just, you know, like I said, they're very short shelf life, and they don't freeze that great. I mean, if you were a big old fig baker or something, you bake stuff with figs, you could freeze them, I suppose, and then just use them in the recipe. But just for eating, no, they won't freeze well that way, for sure. But then, as you saw in my other videos, I used to make wine out of it. Honestly, just for something to do with the figs. I mean, we drank it. We sure did. We drank it at one time, and it was good at one time. I think it's still good, personally. But, that was many moons ago. And that was not an easy process either. You had to get everything just right. You had to have all your chemicals just right. There's a lot to making wine, y'all. It's not just simply throwing it in a jug and letting it ferment. It's just not that easy. So anyway, I'll be back. Okay. It's doing very well. It's getting very thicker. A lot thicker, I mean. A lot thicker. Like a whole bunch thicker. You know what? That recipe they gave me probably would only make one jar. One small jar. So this one's going to give me, I took out 4 bottles. I don't think I'm going to need 4 bottles. 4 little jars. I don't think I'm going to need it. I think I'm probably only going to need a couple. It's okay. Now, I don't feel totally useless this year. I did something with the figs, you know. Oh, it just kills me, all those figs out there. Just kills me. But that's okay. Like I say, do my part for the humanity. For the Audubon Society. Man, I can't get enough of that. It's really, really good. That's really, really, really good. Okay, I'll be back when I'm ready to bottle it. Okay, I'm going to call that done. I kind of like that consistency. Anything more, I feel like it's going to stick to the bottom of the pan, which I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to take that, let that cool down just a minute. And then I'm going to take it over and fill the jars. And that'll be that. Pretty cool, huh? That was so quick and easy. I can't even tell you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start filling up these jars. I have 3 sitting out, but I feel like I might need one more, but I don't know. I don't really know that. We'll see. So let's just take some of this goodness, put it in our jars, see how far we get. That's amazing, isn't it? How quick and easy that was. So simple. Okay, there's one. I think I'm only going to be able to do two, maybe. Let's see. One, two, yeah. Yeah, it's two. That's what I'm going to get out of it, is two. That's okay. Two's fine. Put that a little bit more in there. And that is it, y'all. Pretty darn cool. I'm impressed. Knock that down a little bit. Just knock it down. Put the lid on it. Come on, jar. Okay. Good? Okay. All right. This little baby can go back in storage. And there's my second one. Nice. Check it out, guys. Check it out. Check out these little darlings. They're so cute. They'd make a great gift, wouldn't they? Well, kind of. You'd have to make sure the people know to put them in the fridge. You know, that kind of thing. But other than that, they're done. Perfect little fig jams. Okay, well, thanks for watching my channel today. It's been a busy day. Actually, it's 2 days, to be honest with you. Today's the second day. I gave up yesterday. I had too many technical difficulties. So here I am back today to do the figs. But hey, I'm happy. Hope you are too. Bye.